Welcome to One Grounds Management and calculating effective temperature of materials using the quick method. So first of all, we need to understand effective temperature. Effective temperature is the lowest temperature at which it is cost effective or practical to use a material. Time is a factor in the practicality of the material, and so is the amount of material needed. So this graph shows us that as the temperature decreases, so does the amount of time and the amount of material needed in order to gain the desired results. With respect to your material, what is the effective temperature for it? Can you determine that? The temperature reported on most bags of material is the lowest temp it works at, or what they call the eutectic temperature, but not the lowest temperature it is effective to use. So we're going to take a look at a couple of examples of materials to show you a quick way for you to determine the effective temperature for both. This is not the most accurate, but it is a good method for a quick analysis between different materials. Okay, so we have two different materials here. One shows in the description that it works down to, or melts down to negative 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This other material shows that it melts down to negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we're going to use these two examples and do a quick analysis of where their effective temperatures are to see what material is really the best one to use for the temperatures that we're going to be operating in. So let's take a look at the first one. Okay, so in this first example with the negative temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit, we take the total range from 32 degrees Fahrenheit at which water freezes all the way down to its lowest temperature at negative 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And we take that range, and that total range is 64. And then we divide 64 by 2, which gives us 32. And then we subtract 32 from 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which leaves us with 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the effective temperature for this particular material. So it's not really a hard calculation. You're basically just taking the total range of the lowest temperature at which it continues to melt and divide that by 2, then subtract it from 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Very simple calculation. So on that first material, your effective temperature is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything below that, you probably need to look for a different type of material that continues to work down below that, or consider other options for managing your ice or controlling your ice on that property. So now let's take a look at that next material. Okay, in this second example, we see on the bag that it reports that the lowest temperature at which it continues to melt ice is at negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, we look at the total range of the working temperatures for this product, and that equals 45. So we take 45, divide it by 2, which gives us 22.5 degrees, and then we subtract 22.5 degrees from 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which leaves us with about 10 degrees Fahrenheit as an effective temperature for this particular product. So the first product was effective down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. The next product was effective down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It really doesn't matter which product that you're using unless you're crossing over that threshold for the effective temperature. So if you're in an area where you don't need anything that goes below 10 degrees Fahrenheit, use that product and use it according to its directions. It's as simple as that. But this should give you a way of quickly identifying for your area what type of product that you need and the characteristics of that product as far as how it relates to materials such as straight rock salt or sodium chloride, or another product of magnesium chloride or calcium chloride. Most of the products that are on the market right now are all blended products. They have a little bit of everything in there. Everybody's trying to come up with their own thing, but ultimately taking the lowest working temperature or eutectic temperature for that product and going through this calculation will quickly help you quickly identify what its effective temperature is and what you really need for your area. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and we hope this helps you understanding the characteristics of the materials that you're using. And this is just a quick method for calculating the effective temperatures of different materials based on the reported lowest working temperature of that material. Uh, Different materials and the blends that are in them can have different characteristics. So really looking at the SDS, if you really need to get that technical, that's where you want to go for that information. But overall, this should give you a quick idea as you're looking at different materials to purchase, how to identify which one's going to work best for you and the area that you're in and the needs that you have. So thank you again for watching. We hope you have a great year.